Welcome back to Hannity. After Donald Trump's election victory, the mainstream media and liberals, but I repeat myself, tried to claim that fake news stories were one of the reasons why he won. Take a look.
Did the spread of fake news on the web help elect Donald Trump? We may never know for sure, but researchers are asking the question because made-up false stories are polluting people's Facebook timelines and Twitter streams.
In 2012, the fake news thing wasn't as big a factor, but the reality that Facebook could actually throw an election has been well known for years.
Now growing concern these fake stories may have had real influence on voters.
Fake news infects the left and the right. I've seen Clinton supporters sharing fake links this week with election-related conspiracy theories. But the evidence indicates that this is more of a problem on the right, among some, not all, but some Trump supporters.
After creating that media firestorm, liberal journalists are now spreading a very questionable story that New York Magazine first reported. It claims that activists believe voting machines in 3 key swing states may have been hacked, which is the reason why Hillary Clinton lost Wisconsin and Pennsylvania and is trailing in Michigan. The report also says that those activists are urging the Clinton campaign to demand recounts. Joining us now with reaction is Reverend Derail Scott, who served as CEO for the National Diversity Coalition for Donald Trump, The Hill contributor Kritin Tate, and Fox News contributor Guy Benson. Welcome to all of you. So, Guy, let me begin with you. Any reason for Donald Trump's victory, except Donald Trump, his platform, and the fact that the American people want to change, right? The left simply cannot accept this, will not accept this, and they're reaching for, so desperately and in such a diluted way, for any way to try to derail Donald Trump's presidency.
That's right, and happy Thanksgiving, Monica.
You too.
This is preposterous. I read this story in a New York Magazine, and there is absolutely no evidence whatsoever that this election was hacked or rigged. The numbers in Wisconsin carefully and consistently mirrored the numbers in Iowa and Minnesota, nearby states similarly situated among rural voters, and those are states that have paper ballots. So this is a tinfoil hat conspiracy theory on the left. And you just played the whole montage there of the fake news panic that we've seen from much of the mainstream press. These are also some of the same people who had the vapors over Donald Trump talking about the election maybe being rigged, hedging on whether he would accept the results. They said this is tearing at the very fabric of our republic. And now many of those exact same people are turning around saying she should contest this. This was stolen based on zero evidence, and it's embarrassing.
Well, the left, Kristen, is so good at projection, accusing the other side of what they themselves are guilty of. To Guy's point, David Becker, who's the executive director of the Center for Election Innovation and Research, told the Daily Beast today, not exactly a right-wing website, that, quote, there is zero evidence of tampering, zero. So where is the left going with this?
They have nothing here. Another big complaint from the left is that, oh, Hillary won the popular vote. You know what? If you don't like the Electoral College, too bad. That's how we do elections in this country. And while the left is sitting there having their little arguments about the popular vote, they are completely clueless about why they lost this election. They're clueless. Hillary spent the time on the campaign trail pandering to rich donors on the coasts, completely ignoring the forgotten men and women in the heart of this country. She had the audacity to go on TV and brag about putting coal miners out of business, and she is now shocked that she lost Pennsylvania and Ohio. It's unbelievable. The Democrats need to do some real self-reflection and ask why they lost this election.
And, you know, Reverend Scott, to that point, a very famous former far-left congressman, Barney Frank, gave a fascinating interview this week to the New Yorker magazine in which he said exactly that. He's calling his party to account. He's saying we've got to take a close look at ourselves. Why have we lost the white working class vote? Why have we lost states like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin? We've got to look at ourselves here. And the other interesting thing he said is that the Democratic Party has been inflexible on issues like environmental policy. Now, climate change is a bridge too far for Barney Frank, but the overall message here from Barney Frank is like, look, I am on the far left, but I still want to win. And guys, if we want to win in the future, we got to take a close look at ourselves.
Yes. I mean, the Democratic Party has eaten crow, and now they're snacking on sour grapes, and they've gotten bitter. So they're coming with these preposterous stories about fake news. No one's been a victim of fake news stories more than Donald Trump. They scared off a number of minorities with these fake news stories, like Donald Trump is shipping all the black people back to Africa, and Donald Trump is going to go house to house dragging immigrants out of their home. And they promoted this fear that's over America now, and they projected that, and now they've withdrawn, but they left the fear out there. Listen, you can't get upset about the Electoral College, but you embrace the concept of the superdelegate. Bernie Sanders never had a chance in those primaries because Hillary had the superdelegates already in her boat. And so now the new game in town is the blame game of blame the Russians. The DNC gets hacked, blame the Russians. Hillary's emails get leaked, blame the Russians. Now they're blaming the Russians. I think they're giving the Russians more credit than they deserve. They need to just own up to the fact that the American public has spoken, and they've embraced the message of Donald Trump more so than the negativity of the Liberal Party.
Absolutely, and that is a very promising development for the future of the country, I think. But we also know that the left, all indications are, given this latest development, that they're going to make his life as president a holy hell. So we all have to be on guard. Guys, thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving. Monica. Coming up, federal officials are stepping up security as nearly 50 million Americans are traveling this weekend for Thanksgiving. Catherine Herridge is here with a full report. Plus, we'll get reaction from Dr. Sebastian Gorka and James Rosen. Stay with us.